Nandana Braja Chara Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jayo Radha Madhava Jaya Kunjari Vyari Jayo Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radha Jayo Jagannath Jayo Baladeva Subhadra Mali Jaya Sudarsana Jayo Krishna Balaram Jayo Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Jayo Krishna Balaram Jayo Gandharvika Giridhari Gandharvika Giridhari Gaurahari Jayo Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jayo Jaya Prabhupada Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswati Vyasam Tadodayam Mudire Nashta Praya Subhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevya Bhagavate Uttama Sloke Bhakti Bhavatanayati Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langerete Gire Yaskripta Samaham Bande Shri Guru Dina Charanam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Hare Krishna. Welcome all the devotees for the Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. I seek blessings from all the devotees so that I can keep Bhagavatam in the parampara for the pleasure of Krishna and the devotees and my own purification. Today we will be reciting the second canto, first chapter, sloka number 8. You can all recite along with me. Idam Bhagavatam Nama Puranam Brahma Samitam Aditavan Dwaparadu Pitur Dvaipayanat Aham Idam Bhagavatam Nama Puranam Brahma Samitam Aditavan Dwaparadu Pitur Dvaipayanat Aham Idam Bhagavatam Nama Puranam Brahma Samitam Aditavan Dwaparadu Pitur Dvaipayanat Aham. Word by word meaning. Idam, this Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam, Nama of the name, Puranam, Vedic supplement, Brahma Samitam, approved as the essence of the Vedas, Aditavan studied, Dwaparadu, at the end of the Dwapara Yuga, Pitu, from my father, Dvaipayana Vyasudev, Aham, myself. Translation and purport by T. Sri K.T. Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. At the end of Dwapara Yuga, I studied this great supplement of Vedic literature named Srimad Bhagavatam, which is equal to all the Vedas from my father, Srila Dvaipayana Vyasudeva. The statement made by Sukadeva Goswami that the topmost transcendentalist who is beyond the judiciary of regulations and restrictions mainly takes to the task of hearing about the glorifying the personality of Godhead is verified by his personal example. Sukadeva Goswami, being the recognized liberated soul and topmost transcendentalist, was accepted by all the topmost sages presented in the meeting during the last 7 days of Maharaj Parikshit. He cited from the example of his life that he himself was attracted by the transcendental activities of the Lord, and he studied Srimad Bhagavatam from his great father. Sri Dvaipayana Vyasadeva. Srimad Bhagavatam, or for that matter any other specific scientific literature, cannot be studied at home by one's own intellectual capacity. Medical books of anatomy and psychology are available in the market, but no one can become a qualified medical practitioner simply by reading such books at home. One has to admit to the medical college and study the book under the guidance of the learned professors. Similarly, Srimad Bhagavatam, the postgraduate study of the science of Godhead, can only be learned by studying it at the feet of the realized soul like Srila Vyasadeva. Although Sukadeva Goswami was the liberated soul from the very day of his birth, he still had to take lesson of Srimad Bhagavatam from his great father Vyasadeva, who compiled Srimad Bhagavatam under the instruction of another great soul, Sri Narada Muni. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instructed a learned Brahmana to study a Srimad Bhagavatam from a personal Bhagavata. Srimad Bhagavatam is based on the transcendental name, form, attribute, pastime, entourage and vertiginess of the Supreme Person. And it is spoken by the incarnation of the personality of Godhead, Srila Vyasadeva. The pastime of the Lord are executed in the cooperation with his pure devotee, and consequently historical incidents are mentioned in the great literature because they are all related to Krishna. It is called Brahma Samhita because it is the sound representative of Lord Krishna, like the Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is a sound incarnation of Lord because it is spoken by the Lord Supreme. And Srimad Bhagavatam is the sound representative of the Lord because it was spoken by the incarnation of the Lord about the activities of the Lord. As stated in the beginning of this book, it is the essence of the Vedic desire tree and the natural commentation on the Brahma Sutra, the topmost philosophical thesis on the subject matter of Brahma. Vyasadeva appeared at the end of the Dwapara Yuga as the son of Satyavati, and therefore the word Dwapara Adu, or beginning of the Dwapara Yuga, in this context means just prior to the beginning of Kali Yuga. The logic of this statement, according to Srila Jiva Goswami, is comparable to that of the calling the upper portion of the tree the beginning. The root of the tree is beginning of the tree, but in common knowledge, the upper portion of the tree is first seen. In that way, the end of the tree is accepted as its beginning. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjalachalakya Chachurumritam Mena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Swapitam Mena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamaya Tatam Bhishtam Padam Kiyam Vandeham Shri Guru Sivata Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sagarjatam Sadhana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Prajivam Swadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sadhana Lalita Shri Visakam Vitam Cha He Krishna Karna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagat Pate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namote Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishavanu Sudha Devi Pranamami Haripre Vancha Kalpatiru Krishna Kripa Sindheva Cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Kadadara Shri Vasari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Namo Pangajanapaya Namo Pangajamalini Namo Pangajanetraya Namaste Pangajandriye. Hare Krishna. Welcome once again Nitya Bhagavata Sevaya. Today we will be going detailed discussion about the second canto, first chapter, the first step in God realization. The 2 points we will be realizing that how Vyasadeva's role in this thing, Bhagavatam, and also we have to accept the Guru in our life to understand the Bhagavatam. Here the Vyasadeva himself is learned from the Narada Muni. That's what purpose said. Even though we know that Vyasadeva is in Shakti avatar, but Laghu Bhagavatam written by the Rupa Goswami, he states that directly he is the Narayana incarnation and not Satya Avai. He is direct Vishnu Tattva, not the Jiva Tattva. He quoted Srimad Bhagavatam in the first canto, 13th, third chapter, 21st verses. He is the son of Satyavati and Parasura Muni. He is the 17th incarnation. Seeing the meager of the people, he divided the Vedas into further 4 parts and sub-Vedas. So, this is how Vyasudev started his incarnation. He is none other than, it's not a Satya avatar, Avish is the incarnation of Narayana himself. So Rupa Goswami says in the 11th canto, Krishna himself says in all the Vyasas, I am the Dwapayana. So it describes that directly as a Lord in both the Mahabharata as well as in the Vishnu Purana. One should know that Krishna is Dwapayana, Vyasadeva, and Narayana himself, who is none other than the Pundarik Chak, who can compile the Mahabharata. So the big Ityas, he could only the Lord can only compose it possible. Why do we hear Vyasadeva as a Satya Abhishek? Generally we have a doubt. So how do we understand from this? In the Mahabharata there's one sage name called Aparna Sarottama, says he extinguished in his heart and become the Dwapayana Vyasadeva. So it is just like a Drona and Dara are the Amsa of the Nanda and Yashoda. They are called Pratik Chaya Rupa. In the material world, they came as an Nanda Yashoda. Similarly, upon Sarottama becomes the Dwapayana Vyasadeva in this material world. Vyasadeva is the Lord himself and he learned from the Narada, who is a Jiva Tattva. Narada says, you know everything because Narada says to Vyasadeva, you know everything because you are the Lord, and but still I am telling to you in brief because later no one should blame you that you are not accepted a guru. So in that context, everybody, even if you say that Chaitanya Charitamrita also, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted Ishwar Puri as his guru, and also in Krishna Leela, Sandipani Muni, Krishna accepted Sandipani Muni as a guru. So it is a set example for us also to learn the Srimad Bhagavatam. We should accept a guru in our life. Through guru only we can able to understand. Only one who possesses Acharya can understand the essence of Vedas. As the argument of the Lord, I have come and spoken to you. Sorry. As an arrangement of the Lord, I came and spoke to you. You are the Swayam Veda and you are the Lord Narayana. So this Narada Muni says that you are only Swayam Vedas and you are only the Lord Narayana. Vyasadeva not only accepted Guru, Vyasadeva not only accepted Guru as a Narada, he also got chastised, criticized and corrected by him. I consider the compiler of all the Vedas is inferior. So Vyasadeva says that I consider myself as the compiler of all Vedas inferior because I am not satisfied with the compilation of Vedanta Sutra. So this is how he got depressed, and that's the time when Narada came and they asked him to glorify the Lord. So that another example is that there's a Divyadesham called Tirupurangudi. It is a place near Kanyakumari on the way to Trivandrum. When Sripad Ramanujacharya visited the place, when he was praying to Lord, that time Vishnu Narayana was alone. He's asking, I appeared in so many incarnations and trying to spread the Vedas, uh, told people to surrender to me, and even in Bhagavad Gita, but nobody took it seriously. When you took, when you told everyone, they did it. So what is the secret? Just tell me no. Then Ramanujacharya asked Narayana, okay, are you commanding me or requesting me? Narayana said, yes, yes, I am requesting you, only please tell me what is the secret. He said that to understand that you cannot sit there, you should come down and become a disciple of mine. Then Narayana said, okay, I will become your disciple. He came, sat next to him, and he started listening, and Ramanujacharya told the secret. So here, all temple we can see Ramanujacharya in a folded hand form, but in that temple, Ramanujacharya in the Jnana Mudra. So he also incarnated the Lord Narayana as a Sri Vaishnava Nambi. Nambi means disciple. So he accepted Narayana as his disciple, also he initiated him. So this is how that the Supreme Lord understanding from the Guru on the transcendental signs. So to understand the transcendental signs, we should accept a Guru, then only it's possible. Even Prabhupada says in the purport that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is instructing the Brahmana that go to personal Bhagavata and learn Srimad Bhagavatam. It comes in the Ante Leela. Actually, Swarup Damodar is Goswami is instructing that. The story goes like this. When Bhattacharya, Bhagavat Acharya, who is very impressed with a poem written by a Brahmana connecting Lord Jagannath with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He wanted Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to hear and he wanted to impress them. But nothing works out without approval of Swarup Damodar cross-checking the poems before presenting to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Bhagavat Acharya asked Swarup Damodar to review the poem. Then Swarup Damodar told him that you are very liberal, cowherd boy, attached with these things of notation. Actually, common poets will not understand the rasa, end up with making some rasa bas. That means offending that. Bas means offending. They may not know the grammatical principles, they may not know the allegories and metaphors to be used in the drama. Even if they know all that, they don't know how to present it Krishna's pastime. What to talk about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? His pastime is even more complicated. A common man cannot understand. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu never understood the tattvas. Please don't push me. So he was telling that, don't ask me to present it. No. Unless you learn the principle of dharma poetry, even if it is a Rupa Goswami himself, I will not accept it. Bhagavata Acharya was reluctant. He is going on pastoring that I want to somehow please present it. After 3 days of waiting, finally all the Vaishnavas were assembled there and everyone was clapping and they are appreciating a wonderful presentation. Swarup Damodar said that no, seriously chastised him and found fault in Rasabhas. That Brahmana was totally drawn down. Finally, kind-hearted, gave him good instructions. You want to understand Srimad Bhagavatam, you have to approach a self-realized soul and hear from him. You can do this if you take complete shelter of the lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Associate regularly with the devotees of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Only then you can understand the wave of the ocean of the devotional service. Then you can compile these kind of poems. So he is guiding him how to prepare it. First you should take the shelter of the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then be in the association of the devotees, and then understand, then only you can understand devotional service and you can compile this kind of poem. So then your scholarship will become successful. Then only spotless and sparkle describe the pastime of Krishna. So to write it also so many qualifications required. Both in Srimad Bhagavatam and Chaitanya Charitamrita, everywhere so much of importance for acceptance of bona fide Guru is given. Interestingly, Srimad Bhagavatam, there is a contradictory of particular principle, and Krishna says himself in the 11th canto, Avadut Brahmana accepting 24 Gurus. They are earth, water, fire, air, ether, sun, moon, ocean, Mars, honeybee, spider, wasp, pigeon, pura bird, python, elephant, deer, fish, snake, honey thief, pingala, a prostitute, child, young girl, arrow maker, one's own body. Or all these are all Shiksha, Diksha, Vardhama, Brahmana Gurus. Are we supposed to go and learn from all these 24 Gurus? Are we have to go to the nature to learn? This is what Krishna suggesting by narrating a pastime to Dava. Our Acharyas agree that Avadhuta Brahmana is none other than the Dattatreya. The Google says Dattatreya is a guru of environmental education. He gained enlightenment by observation from the surrounding, which provided him 24 gurus. So Krishna decided to wind up his pastimes at the age of 125 years. So he called Uddhava and he told him that I'm going to close my pastime because demigods are calling me, my job is done. In 7 days, Yadus will fight each other and they also kill and they will join with me. Dwaraka will submerge inside the ocean. After I leave, inauspicious symptoms will appear on the earth. So all the hint he gives to the Uddhava. Uddhava, you have to stay back and fixing on me and wandering around the world. Then Uddhava says that why should I stay back? Krishna says in 125 years of my stay, he gave the pleasure to all his devotees. He fulfilled the desires of the people and he killed the demons on the earth. He met all his friends. In Dwaraka, he met Satyabhama and Rukmini, and he has gone to the lower planetary system where he fulfilled Bali Maharaj, giving us Sutala, and for Durva he gave the Durva Loka, and he met Yama in the Patala when he went to retrieve his Guru's son and gave darshan to all of them. He met Aditi and Kashyap when he went to Surgaloka to steal the Parijata flower. He went to Vaikuntha to meet Vishnu when he wanted to retrieve the Brahmana's children along with Arjuna. So he did all his activities. And he met Naranarayana in Badrikashrama and taught him the Jnana and Vairagya. That's what they prepared to preach. So for you, Uddhava, this jnana and vairagya is there. Along with that, I will give bhakti also. Uddhava being a pure devotee, he is not interested in the jnana and vairagya as he already learned through prema. When Uddhava leaves, Krishna says, when I leave the body, Uddhava, you cannot tolerate and you have no capacity to hold your breath. So I will preserve your life through my Ichcha Shakti. I will empower you to maintain your life with my Ichcha Shakti. You will hold on this life, complete the job which I gave you. You will be pacifying the gopis of Vrindavan. So he gave that assignment to Uddhava. So that is called Uddhava Geet. Krishna, you gave, then Uddhava says that Krishna, you gave the jnana and the vairagya without devotion. After you go, whom I should accept as a guru to understand all these principles. So then Krishna tells Uddhava that generally people in this world is a self-realized soul. They can deliver themselves from the desire of sense objects through their own intelligence. So you being a self-realized soul, accept the self-realized soul can accept their own intelligence as their guru. You also self-realized, so elevated soul, you can accept your intelligence as your guru. You don't require any gurus. He can achieve the ultimate benefit. The self-realized soul can achieve the ultimate benefit by pratyakshana and anumana. For self-realized souls, with his divya pratyakshana and anumana can achieve the perfection. Material people has jada, pratyakshana and anumana. What they see on the interpretations on the material logic and material things. Okay. But a self-realized soul, it is a pratyakshana and anumana are the transcendental logic and transcendental things. There is huge difference between material logic and transcendental logic. For sadhakas whose senses are seen material things and try to translate transcendent sense out of it. So they see the material things and try to see the transcendental things out, but they cannot. For them they need Shastra, Sabda Pramana, they require it. Rupa Goswami also says that Vaidya Bhakti sadhakas, till he reaches the bhava, he should consider the statement of Shastra or Anukul. He should accept Shastra and Shastra logic. There is a story also on this as Maharaj Jadu going on trip. He sees the Avaduta Brahmana who is lying peacefully. Maharaj being an exalted person, he could understand that Brahmana, he must be self-realized soul. Brahmana, he is asking, Brahmana, you are not entangled with a practical religious activity, but still you have accepted and understood most of the expert words. How did you acquire this knowledge, extraordinary intelligence by which you are traveling freely in this world? Then Brahmana, Avadut Brahmana says that, O king, I am taking shelter of my intelligence. I have accepted many gurus, 24 gurus. Having gained knowledge from them, I am wandering freely. Please listen, I will tell you what I have learned from these gurus. So let us take few examples for that due to time constraint. From the earth, people of this world are exploiting the earth and she is tolerating and giving back what they required it. What Avadutta Brahmana learned from this is a sober person, even though he was harassed by people, he understands that aggressors are helplessly acting according to the karma of their karma. thus being never disturbed from the progress of one's own path. So he said that he learned from that sober man should least bother. Like Sukadeva Goswami, when he was entering to the assembly of sages, he was being teased by the young women and the children, and they were throwing stone. But he was calm and he was ignoring them. The harassing and the action, no, this is what he learned from that. Krishna tells Uddhava, you are a self-realized soul, whatever you want to learn is already learned. You can accept your intelligence as your guru. It is not for the general public. Everybody can accept his intelligence as their guru. Earth is acting as a Pruti Guru, and yet Earth is not teaching anything, it just reminded them. This is what we have to understand from this example. Another example we have taken is air. The air was going through the cave, dark cave, palace, and fire, blazing fire. But it didn't stay anywhere. It just kept moving on without getting attached. So Avadut Brahmana said he learned the principle of detachment. How a yogi should be detached, he learned from this air. This is also, air also is Pruti Guru. The third example we can learn is ether. He learned Paramatma from the ether. Where is the nature of ether in the Paramatma? Example is, we can correlate this with Bamshir Das Babaji. When he sees a coal engine, good old days when train was running in India, so whenever he sees the coal engine, he run behind that and calling as a Krishna, Sham Sundara. For him, this reminder, Spruti means reminding. The coal engine reminds him as a Krishna. Whatever we have learned, the transcendental subject matter, we have to learn from the Guru. So if you decided you want to learn the transcendental science subject matter, then we have to learn from the Guru. We become realized then, and to the level of realization. Whatever we see, that may be the reflection of the teaching of the Guru. So that is what the realization. To the depth we understand and realize it. So how much deep we are understand and realizing it. By sitting at the lotus feet of the Guru, this is what the message for us. I repeat, whenever it's for the devotees, whenever we have to learn the transcendental subject matter, we have to learn from the Guru and become a realized, then to the level of realization. Whatever we see, that may reflect the teachings of the Guru. Whatever we see, how much we realize it, that is the teaching we got it from that. To the depth of understand and realize it. By sitting at the lotus feet of the Guru. So we'll take a couple of more examples also to understand this philosophy. Let's take from the Radhanath Maharaj journey back to home. So in that book, few things. Here is a learn realization of lesson of Ganga. He's saying that when he was sat on the top of the rock, imagine that he was imagining that the water flow of Ganga is he was watching the flow of the river, is watching the passing of life. One inside the river greatly affected by it. But one sits on the bank of the, one can observe it from the detachment. It's very thing. If you are inside, you will be affected, greatly affected. If you are inside the river, you will be affected. If you are sitting on the bank, you will be detached with the river. Ganges also teaches us that if we learn to detach from the ego and free of the mind senses, the world around us, observe the sober person, regime of wisdom. Another example is at Prayag, Prayag is a place in Himalaya region. So when he was going there, the morning time, the sand was so hot, burning his feet, scorching heat from the sun. When he get into the water, he got trapped into the quicksand, and somehow he get out of it. And in the evening, when he is returning back, the sand was so cool because of the breeze of the cool air, gave him the shelter. The lesson from here is the power of association, power of association. In this sand, like sand, a person can influence by circumstances. A person can influence by the circumstances, can become viciously envious and affectionately kind. This is the thing. Depending on the association, he can be viciously envious, and also he can also be affectionately kind. This we can see in the devotee community also. Some people will be very brutally and furiously behaving, ferociously behaving. Sometimes some people are very cool and affectionately behaving. The sand is teaching us, when a sand is touched with the sun, scorching heat is there. Same sand, when it touched with the water, quicksand, it turns into quicksand, and same sand touched with the cool breeze, it becomes cool. How important is that? Bring out the inherent good of each other. Each other rather than the worst. So much whispered through every grain of sand. If only I have ear to hear. Only I have an ear to hear. So Bharat gave a nice Spruti Guru. He's seeing that, realizing it, what he thinks. But it is all possible for the elevated souls correlated, and we cannot do, we are just sadhakas. So Avaduta also concludes that having learned from my gurus, having developed a detachment, seeing through the realization of Paramatma, therefore they are all gurus. So he sees everything through the Paramatma. So one does not realize of Paramatma, they will not teach same thing. So even though we see the earth, we see the air, we see the so many things of 24 gurus, what Avadata of Ramana sees, but we are unable to see, realize the same, what he realized, because he sees from in the angle of Paramatma, but we are not seeing through in the angle of Paramatma. They will not assume as a guru. It doesn't matter that what you see. What it matters is what you see that. This is what is most important for the devotees. So whenever we see any unfavorable situation, we should see what's in this, what we are supposed to see. Shastra Chakti, we have to see through the Shastras. Then example, generally we see that there was a joke a long time back, it was that when an alcoholic person, a doctor visits the village, and he wants, the whole village will become alcoholic, so he wants to teach them that it is bad for health. So he called everybody to the meeting, and he was demonstrating. He took a cup of glass and he put some worms inside. Then he poured the alcohol on that. So within short time, all the worms are died. Then he asked the people that, please tell me that what you realize is. Then the person got up and he is telling that, thank you for the demonstration. Now we understood that if the alcohol goes to our stomach, all the worms inside the stomach will die. This is the way of their realization. Pratiksha and Anumana, what the level of our realization. If we are not realized, just by observing how much we know, that much only we will learn. So this is the message for the devotees. Sri Prabhupada told you are not this body. Once in a this good old days, he was telling one newcomer, you are not this body. Then he asked, then whose body I am? He was not able to think beyond that. So Newton's law of gravity, we also see many apples fell down, but we never realize that it is because of the law of gravity. Spruti is available all over, that means understanding. But what comes out based on our realization? Spruti Guru is always available in this world. So what comes out based on our realization? So we should be knowledgeable so that we can be able to see the things in the Paramatma level. When a self-realized soul, they say that he can see the dog eater, cow, beggar, everything is equal. So this is what the self-realized soul. Can a sadhaka accept his intelligence as his guru or not? So this is the doubt we'll have it. So here Prithu Maharaj says to their people, "O devotees gathered here, what I am instructing you, what I am going to do is that any person who wants to understand the essence of truth should come to the assembly of Vaishnava and present what they have understood by using their intelligence." He said that whatever you understand, you should come and present using your intelligence of what you understood. Vishnath Chakravarti also say in his commentary say that since there is a devotees association here, the inquisitive should reveal the topics of dharma after considering them carefully with their intelligence, since they cannot come to a conclusion by themselves. So they have to present it in the forum and take the opinion of it, of intelligence who studied about that dharma. The point is that we have, as a sadhakas, it is very important that we study the Shastra, understand our intelligence, presented to presented to the learned audience and get it certified. That broaden our perspective. It is the opportunity for the people to challenge us and we understand that how deep our understanding also. It is like just like our examination. For a child when it passed through the first standard, second and every annual year, whatever the child learns, it undergoes an examination and then it gives a understanding how deep the child understood that subject the whole year they studied in the school. Same thing only. You allow the challenges to you and you challenge them. There is a mutual understanding of growth, realizing in the next level. How one should learn is 1/4 of one learns sitting with Acharya. First what we have learned is 1/4 from the Acharyas, 1/4 of own intelligence and subject matter. 1/4 of the thing from our own intelligence and subject matters. So we apply our intelligence and understanding. 1/4 of with the association of devotees who will help to churn, understand in depth. So with the friend circle, peer circle of same feathers. Uh, with their thing, we learn 1/4 of it, and 1/4 of the how much we try. It is will. It's the will of the Lord, and that time, it's a will. Only time will teach us over the period. So, if we divide our learning skill, this is how we can divide 1/4 from the acharyas or guru or school teacher, 1/4 from our own intelligence and understanding, 1/4 from the peers and friends, association of devotees, who will help us to churn and understand in deeper. And last but not least, it's a Lord's mercy. 1/4 of them will try to understand from if the Lord is merciful, because time is also Krishna. We try only with the time. Time will teach us the knowledge. Thank you. Srimad Bhagavatam, please. Jai. Hare Krishna.